You have to change your mind. Your mind is faulty, your life will be faulty. Your mind is brilliant, your life will be brilliant. Your mind is weak, your life will be very, very imbalanced. Your mind is strong, your life is strong. How will your mind become strong? Or how will your mind be filled up with truth? When your mind is filled up with truth, it is called as Sanmati. We need to expand our knowledge of everything, on every subject, under the sky and above the sky. We are essentially knowledge beings, and we have to expand our knowledge. That is the purpose of knowledge, expansion. Knowledge of yourself expands through your meditation. Knowledge about the whole world expands through the books. Read the books. And knowledge about other people's lives by listening to their stories, life stories. Sajjana Sangatya. There are three ways of expanding knowledge: meditation, Swadhyaya, Sajjana Sangatya. Doing meditation, reading books, and meeting all the people and gathering their experiences. I have done lot of meditation, I have done lot of reading books, and I have done lot of listening to others' experiences. In the past 40 years, the body is an instrument to gather knowledge. The body is only a place of location. You are a speck of knowledge. ECW, energy, consciousness, knowledge and wisdom. K, knowledge will be transformed into W, wisdom, in due course. When you face your life experiences, life's turns and twists, your knowledge comes into work and helps you. When your knowledge helps you, it is called as wisdom. You become a wise being. Your knowledge plus your life will give you your wisdom. In life, there is victory, there is defeat. There is praise for you, there are brickbats for you. When there is a birth in the home, you rejoice. When there is a death in the home, you will understand that there is death. Then you will begin questions, what is death? Why my wife died? Why my husband died? Why my mother died? Why my child died? Why my brother died? What is death? Although we see death everywhere, we think that we are always immortal. That feeling comes from the true spirituality. Truth, because you are actually immortal and everybody is immortal. They don the bodies and they leave the bodies. Vasansi jirnani yatha vihaya navani grohnati naro parani tatha sharirani vihaya jirnani anyani samyati navani dehi. As you throw off worn-out clothes and wear new clothes, you throw out worn-out bodies and you wear new bodies. This is the essential wisdom from Bhagavad Gita and from every master. Every person becomes a master through meditation. And every master's message is the same. You throw off these bodies when they are worn out, when they become old and they get decimated, and you wear new bodies, new births, new lokas. The old dies and the new comes. Jatasya hi dhruvam mrityuh, dhruvam janma mritasya cha, tasmat apariharyarde natvam shochitam arhasi. You have to read a lot of books. Utilize every opportunity to do something better than what you have done already. सत्य क्या है? हम शरीर नहीं बल्कि आत्मा, ममात्मा सर्वभूत आत्मा. हम ही हर जगह हैं. जब तक इस मोड़ के ऊपर हम नहीं आएंगे कि ममात्मा सर्वभूत आत्मा, तब तक जिंदगी में अंधकार मिटेगी नहीं, दुख चलेगी नहीं.
Hello, my dear friends. Welcome to day 7 of Holistic Buddha. Let us all meditate now, my dear friends. Today we are going to learn more. We have been learning something every day, and we'll today learn much more. So, my dear friends, let us all meditate on this beautiful day, day 7. We have come to the ending of the first week and we have 2 more weeks to go. Let us all meditate now, my dear friends. Please find yourself a comfortable place. Sit in a comfortable posture. Take off your spectacles if you have any on you. Fold your legs or clasp your feet. Fold your legs or cross your feet. Clasp your hands. Close your eyes and start observing your breath. In today's session, let us all fill our hearts with love and compassion. This world needs more and more empaths. This world needs peacemakers. This world needs more people with a beautiful heart, with compassion and love and inclusiveness. Let us all meditate now, my dear friends. Let's observe our natural, normal, wonderful, beautiful, easy, simple breath. This is the time where you delve into yourself, into your heart, and get connected to your beautiful heart. Be with your breath. Be with your Guru. Your breath is your Guru. No thoughts whatsoever, no chanting of mantras, no imaginations. Let's focus, concentrate, observe our breath. Let's connect with our heart. See if you can listen to your heartbeat. you can feel that your heart is so pure. Look into your heart and see there's lots of love, compassion, kindness filled in your heart. See that your heart is very pure, sacred, like a temple. You're making your heart a temple. By burning all the hatred, the jealousy, anger, greed, fear, ego, and separatism. Your heart is free of all these things and becoming purer and purer. You are able to feel your heartbeat. Be connected with your heart. Be connected with your intuition. Let's purify our heart and fill our heart with beauty, joy, freedom, love, compassion, humility, patience, tolerance, righteousness, goodness, sacrifice, service, selflessness, inclusiveness, generosity, and unity. Your heart is now filled with all these virtues. Let's focus on the light and the darkness will go away. Focus on love. Hatred will go away. Focus on oneness. There will be no jealousy. I am in you. You are in me. We are all one. You have a very, very beautiful heart. Which has space for the entire universe. You have space in your heart for each and every human being on this planet. Each and every animal, Mother Earth is inside your heart. You are inside Mother Earth. You are able to spread your love and compassion to all the living beings. Human beings and the animals, birds, the fish. You are a beautiful soul with a beautiful heart. There's so much joy in your heart. You're willing to share your joy with each and every one. You're filled with courage and freedom. Your fearless heart. With lots and lots of goodness. And understanding. Let's pay our gratitude to everything that we have, everyone in our life, all the lessons that we have learned. Let's say thank you to each and everything, to each and every person. beautiful, joyful, free. Inclusive heart. And with this heart, you're going to help many people, animals, and the Mother Earth. Let us now slowly try to come out of meditation with this amazing heart of yours. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gently take away your hands from your eyes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you, my dear friends. And we have finally come to the day 7. We have successfully completed 1 week and we have 2 more weeks to go. We have learned a lot and we have a lot yet to learn about ourselves, about our body, about our emotions, about our mental body, about our soul, and yes, our heart too. So thank you so much, my dear friends. And now ask my dear friend Smita to take over the class. She has a lot in store for all of us. So let us go to her now. Thank you, my dear friends.
Okay, just give me a minute. I will share. Okay, can you see my screen? And can you hear me well?
Yes.
Okay, sure. So today, friends, we've come to the day 7 of Holistic Buddha. So we've covered 1 week, and I would like to start with thanking Brahmarshi Pitamaha Patriji for giving us this beautiful platform, for helping us spread plant-based diet, plant-based lifestyle to so many people. We have over 900 plus to 1,000 people who have basically signed up for this course. So I'm extremely grateful to all the masters, to all the heavenly beings, to God, whoever has basically contributed to the success of finishing 7 days on this course. And I thank one and all for helping us get to the stage. Thank you. Okay, so today we are going to start with diet chart. Before we go on any further into this chapter, I would like to first share a disclaimer that this is just a generic plant-based lifestyle chart, and it is not specific to any, particular health issue or anything. It can be generally followed by, let's say, any adult or any teenager or any child also for that matter. Okay, so it has nothing to do with age, or it has nothing to do with anything else. So it's a generic thing. So as I talk about the diet chart here, I'll actually give you some pointers. So we have also spoken about vitality in the past days. We have spoken about alkaline and other things. And here I will talk about how these things can be actually applied to the chart so that you can customize your own chart and then make it apply for your own lifestyle. Rather, customize it for your own body condition. Okay, so typical way we'll have to think about a chart is we'll have to start the day with lighter foods and end the day with denser foods. Why do we have to? This is very unlike the concept where English concept which says king's breakfast and then I think normal man's lunch and then pauper's dinner or something like that. So here we'll have to actually do lighter foods and then go on to denser foods by the end of the day, majorly because lighter foods have a lot of prana shakti in them, and they also are more sattvic in nature. But denser foods are more tamasic in nature, more heavier in nature. So when we eat lighter foods in the first half of the day, we are not expending our energy, which is our vitality, a lot on food, but we are basically able to conserve our energy and apply that energy for our daily activities. If we eat denser foods in the morning, what will happen is our body has to focus not just on denser food digestion, but it also has to give us, we'll be more demanding the body to help us in getting through the day, going to the office, attending to meetings, brainstorming with people, or let's say if I am into a lot of physical activity, then I'll eat a denser food and I'll also be doing physical activity. So which is a double loss. So when we start the day with lighter foods and then slowly by the end of the day, when you're going to denser foods, by the end of the day, typically we don't do a lot of work. We are slowing down in the day. So the body will the body is not spending a whole lot of energy on your activities. You have come back from office and you're basically sitting down and you're taking rest and all of that. Then it makes sense to eat a denser food so that the body will also digest it properly. And then you'll be able to get sufficient time to digest it and then get to the end of the day. Also, denser doesn't mean, end of the day doesn't mean that 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock and all, we'll come to that. So start your food with juices, typically hydration. Why hydration is, we are covering something called circadian rhythm in one of the days, but let me just give you a brief overview of that. Circadian rhythm means every single human being, bird or animal, every single living being on the planet basically is aligning to the sun's clock. Sun is a general direction, general reference point. So when we depend on the sun for our general reference point, you see that the birds, when early in the morning they get up, they do a lot of chirping. Then even the the rooster shows that it's morning. And then by the end of the day, the birds are going back to their nests. The flower is blooming in the morning and then they droop in the night. The leaves are also actually sleeping in the night. The animals are, of course, if they're nocturnal animals, they come out in the night, but then otherwise, most of the animals are going back to their sleeping habitats in the night. So everybody knows that by the end of the day, they will have to go back home. Unless they are night, like owls and all that, they come out in the night. So even we human beings ideally are supposed to align with the sun. So in the morning, from 4 a.m. to 12 p.m. in the afternoon, that is noon, the body is going through something called cleansing. So for example, cleansing means typically our parents have told us in the morning, you'll have to get up and you'll have to go through bowel movements and then you'll have to take bath and all of that, right? We didn't ask them, why should we do it in the morning? Why shouldn't we do it in the night? Even if you had asked it, they would have told, morning we have to do puja and we have to get fresh and go to the office or go to school. That is why you have to take bath. But then if that was the reason, we could have actually taken bath in the evening also, because the reasons are not very strong, apart from becoming fresh and all that. So, but the actual reason our ancestors found out was in the morning, before 4 o'clock, when the body is basically cleansing, the previous session, let's say in the night when we have actually slept, the body would have done a lot of repair work. Like, let's say when you sleep in the night, what happens? Let's say you sleep with a headache. The next morning, your headache is actually gone. because you slept through the day. That is, body was able to put you to sleep and then do a lot of repair work, and then rest, rejuvenation and everything happened in the night. So in the process of repair, in the process of cleaning the general wear and tear in the body, in the morning, the body would have generated a lot of waste products which had to be cleansed. So the skin would have released a lot of dead cells. Then the body, you know that the mouth will be smelling really badly. And then you'll have a lot of collection. Sometimes some people have a lot of collection in the eyes. And then your nose sometimes will have mucus. So lots of things. And then your ball will also be ready to actually get empty. A bladder will be full. So lots of such things show that mornings, the body is ready to actually expel a lot of waste, which typically does not happen throughout the day. So like this, when the body, and this cleansing happens throughout that morning period. That is why in India, our ancestors never had breakfast. If you see all your grandmothers and grandparents, they didn't really have a concept of breakfast. They used to directly have maybe an early lunch or something like that, or they would just have lunch. And then early in the evening, they would have dinner and they would sleep off. But all this English breakfast and all that came when the English invaded India in the 1600s. That is when they brought this breakfast concept into thing. Of course, they brought in a lot of English breakfast, but then we eventually customized that to all our local breakfast foods. But ideally, it's a crime for the body to eat cooked breakfast in the morning, majorly because we are, let's say if there is a maid who comes to your house, if you tell the maid, chalo, there is a good movie that is happening on TV, chalo, let's sit and watch. She will sit and watch for 3 hours. And then after that, she will say, Ma, I have to go to somebody else's house, and she will go away. What about all the cleaning work that had to be done? So it will not happen. Like this, every single day, if you are not doing any cleaning of the house because you're sitting and watching something else or getting distracted with something else, the cleansing work will continue to just become pending. So every day in the morning, you put cooked food in the morning, and then it takes a longer time to digest. By the time the body even handles that, you already are ready for lunch. By the time the body is ready for that, you are already ready for snacks. By the time you're ready for, the body is handling that, your body is ready for dinner. In between, there is a coffee and there is one tea and all of those things that are happening. And between, maybe sometimes here chips, there chips, something or the other continues to. So the whole body, whole day, the body is constantly fed with something or the other. And it is constantly busy with digestion. So if it is so busy all the time, and we know in previous classes, we identified that 85% of the body's energy goes for digestion. So if you keep your body busy for the whole day with something or the other, then what will happen is the body will not do other work, which is healing, cleaning, maintenance, and all of those things will not happen. That is why what happens in the morning, typically we are not saying, ideally we are supposed to not eat anything. But since we are actually used to eating a lot of this breakfast since our childhood, all of a sudden we can't quit breakfast. So what should we do? Instead, we replace that with fruits. Okay. So that is what we typically do on the first phase, which is the first part of the circadian rhythm, where the body is cleansing itself. So fruits come pre-digested in nature, which means it doesn't require so much of digestion. Some amount of digestion is all, it's like ready, which means as soon as it is broken down, the blood carries it to all the cells. There is no further breaking down that is necessary, because fructose is a very simple form of sugar, and that simple form of sugar can be taken to all the cells, and cells can absorb them directly. It doesn't need insulin to carry it to all the cells, unlike glucose, which is available in other foods. So in the second part of the day, which is from 12 o'clock to evening, the body is using the sun's energy and also the energy that the fruits and vegetables have also got. And it is also using all of these things for digestion and not using your own body energy for digestion, because all of these things are already available in your body. And then it digests all that fruit. And if typically this fruit is this is your first lunch of the day or first solid of the day. So typically body is expecting it to be more juicy and things like that. Then that will be used for the next phase, which is when the body is asleep. When the body is asleep, typically a lot more cleansing happens, a lot of growing happens, a lot of very deeper cleansing and deeper growing happens. So here the body has to put us to sleep. It cannot be like we are constantly working throughout the night also, and the body is doing its work also. That doesn't happen. Hence, the body is going through all of these phases. So these are the 3 circadian rhythm phases that actually happen in a day. So that is why, in alignment with that, what we are doing is we are saying that in the morning, typically we will start with hydration. We will hydrate the body, because the liver would have, after the previous day's cleansing work, repair work and all, the liver would have generated a lot of waste products that is ready for getting flushed out. All of the organs will be ready for some kind of flushing. So if you bring in a lot of hydration throughout the day, and also start the day with hydration, then the body will start getting cleansed. So it is good to include some juices and some water, tender coconut water, lemon water. Lemon water is not lemon juice. It is just lemon plus water, lemon juice plus water. So if you mix all of these things and then start your day with some amount of hydration, that liquid itself will start to flush the body and then start to cleanse the body, which will help in the first part of the day, which is cleaning the body. Cleansing the body happens between 4 a.m. to 12 p.m. And this time only you will also have fruits for breakfast also if you are hungry. So when you eat your solids, you have to wait for hunger. When you wait for hunger, for juices, you don't have to wait for hunger. But for breakfast or any solid food, you'll have to wait for hunger. When you're waiting for hunger, it means that the body is ready for digestion. So when you have fruits, the fruits typically can be anything that is available in your local market. They are mostly seasonal and regionally available in your market. Of course, I can't say region these days. Across India, everything is available. So whatever is available in the local markets, please use that. And don't buy very exotic fruits and all of that. Whatever is available in abundance, buy that, eat that a lot, drink that a lot. And even juices for that matter. Pick up items which are very juicy, like watermelon, ashgard, cucumber, and things like that. In nature, whatever is already juicy, select that for your juice. Don't select something that has very little liquid and so much of pulp. That is not meant for juice. That is meant to be consumed directly. So juice something that already has a lot of water in it and less pulp in it. Okay, so and then over the day, if you're at least able to make 3 to 4 liters of liquids, it will keep you well hydrated, because you are a 70% water body, right? It's not H2O body. You're not a H2O. It's a different form of liquid in the body. So, but eventually whatever we drink will get converted to that form of liquid. So spend and drink about 3 to 4 liters. It is very important to keep the body hydrated in any problem or any kind of condition. The body works best in a hydrated body and not in a dehydrated body. So even if you don't know anything, spend your time hydrating your body. It will actually serve you well, because that is one of the primary responsibilities of human beings, to go back and understand that you are a 70% human being, 70% liquid human being. So to start off with, I will keep my body hydrated. Then I'll also bring in fruits. So like that, you'll have to start the day with a lot of hydration. So I'd keep hydration as the first point in your mind. So fruits, I already told you. So fruits should always be your first meal of the day, because whether you eat it at 9 o'clock in the morning, whether you eat it at 8 o'clock in the morning, whether you eat it multiple times in the morning, some people, what they do is they say, okay, fine, I'm doing fasting or doing something like that, but I will not eat fruits. I will directly eat my brunch, and they'll start off with direct lunch only. So don't do like that. Even if you have to eat during lunchtime, eat fruits for your lunch. So fruits are a complete meal. You don't need, there is no deficiency. There is nothing like that in the fruits. So you can eat fruits all 3 times of the day and still be healthy. So fruits are a complete meal, a well-balanced meal. So eat fruits as much as you want. like a proper meal. Okay, lunch can be salads. Salads means vegetable salads. So you can have some raw salads, some raw vegetables like cucumber, tomato, onion, then what is that? Carrot, capsicum, even raw lady's finger can be chopped and used. Tender lady's finger are very, very nice. And then all these bottle gourd, ridge gourd and all of those things, you can peel them, you can grate them and then mix it with these salads. And then you don't need any oil in these salads. So there is a big myth in the salad industry where you have to pour a lot of oil, olive oil on the salads and then have it. It is all a Western kind of, because we Indians have not made a lot of these videos and all that. So all the videos that you see on the internet are all oil-based videos. You don't need a lot of oil because please understand, oil is, if you are not washing your if you're not washing any bowl or something where you had oily food with soap, then please think that you cannot wash your body also with soap, because if it has coated the vessel, it will coat your body also and you will not be able to clean it. Rancidity and everything will start happening inside your body. So all that oil and water and everything and acids and everything will get mixed together and make up a big mess. So salads have all these raw vegetables and greens and sprouts also can be added. Use some nuts or use some chutneys like coconut chutney or something like that and make some dressing and have. Or the way I like my raw salads is just put some sweet on it like dates or some raisins, and you put some lemon juice on it and some pepper. That is a great dressing. I don't even use oil in my salads. Sorry, or not oil, salt in my salads. But then for a starter, you can actually use salt also and some spices like chaat masala or something like that. So just keep it as simple as possible for you to start that raw salad. Just understand what is your liking. My liking is I always like some amount of sweetness in it. I like some tanginess in it. So when there is a sweetness and when tanginess, I don't like it spicy. So any raw food, if you add some chilies with it, it will feel like there's a lot of spice in it. So we go very, very easy, especially with raw and spices, because they will heighten that taste, heighten that flavor. With cooked, what happens? They will sort of get reduced. But with raw, it will actually be very spicy. So go very easy on spices. Instead, use it with some nice coconut chutney or some nuts chutney or something like that. Like cashew can be used, pumpkin seeds can be used and all that. If you want a fat-free thing, then you can use melon seeds. That is watermelon seeds that you get in the market. That also can be soaked and it can be used because every single salad dressing has to have some amount of some amount of tanginess from lemon, some amount of sweetness from dates, some amount of, let's say, saltiness, if people are okay with salt, some amount of, some thickness has to be there. That thickness can come from coconut, it can come from melon seeds and all of those things. Okay, so that is how dressing can be made. So evening snack, if you are hungry, you can make some makhana, oil-free makhana, and you can just bake a makhana and you can make it crispy, or you can roast that makhana on the tawa itself or the kadai without putting any oil. And you can just put some onion, tomato with the makhana and you can quickly have. You can quickly have, because if you make the makhana sit with the vegetable for a very long time, it will become very soft. Or you can use a smoothie. Smoothie is made with bananas or a mango, dates, something more pulpy. Pulpy fruits usually make a smoothie. Smoothies don't need any milk products with it, not even a nut milk. It just needs some water. Banana has all the properties to make a smoothie. It just needs water, banana. With water and banana, you can add whatever you want and then it will become a nice smoothie. If you make that smoothie sit for a long time, then it will become very thick. Instead, you can make immediately and then you can drink. You can add persimmon. These days persimmons are very good. Then you can add dragon fruit. All of these things you can actually add to a smoothie. You can also add some dates, soft dates you get. They are very good. You can also add some spinach. This makes a nice, heavy, good meal also. I usually sometimes drink it for dinner also. Then you can also have fruits. See, any time in the day, okay, just be ready for fruits. And then you can also have herbal teas. Don't go very high on caffeine, that is coffees and teas. Instead, if you're a coffee addict or a tea addict, you can start with coconut milk or almond milk tea and coffee, but slowly, eventually get to herbal teas like tulsi tea, ginger, hibiscus. You have so many things also in the market. Taifu brand has a lot of good ones. Organic India also has a lot of good ones. So I prefer having any herbal tea that doesn't have green tea and all that, because green tea also has some tannin in it. So as much as possible, I want to protect my body from any kind of stimulants. So teas and coffees are stimulants that I don't want to have, because that is also going to drain my vitality. So I'd rather have something that is more closer to pure. Their preferences. So you'll have to see. Okay. Then dinner, preferably early. Don't try to push your dinner to 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock and all that. Try to do it as close to sunset as possible, 6:30, 7 o'clock, so that you can at least get 2 hours before you have your dinner. See, for example, when I'm doing these classes, I'm not able to get that ideal time for dinner, because I have my fitness class at 6:30 to 7:30. I do my fitness. And then after that, I hardly have maybe half an hour, whatever, to finish my dinner and then come here. Sometimes if I do a very heavy dinner at 7:30 or something, I'll find my stomach very heavy to come and talk here. So for the last, this entire month, I've pretty much been on raw, because raw keeps me more alert. It keeps me less heavy and things like that. So I'm not eating any cooked meal for dinner. I'm using either juices for dinner, or I'm eating fruits for dinner, or even if it's a salad, I'm eating less salad for dinner. It keeps me satiated. And let's say I'm sort of hungry after all this talk, I just go and have a banana. So that way, I'm sort of balancing my whole thing. So dinner can be early. You can have, see, it as a thumb rule, any cooked food that you have in any part of the day. Let's say, for example, you're not a person who's going to have dinner at home, dinner cooked. You will probably have lunch cooked for whatever reasons, for your office work or whatever it is. Then ensure that the plate has 50% raw salads. Even if you're eating salads on another meal, ensure that your dinner has 50% raw salads. And then cooked, ensure that at least 30% you have vegetables, 20% of vegetables, like let's say 20 to 30% of vegetables, like let's say all these rasam, sambar, then your curries and all of those things, dals and all that can be that. Another 20 to 30% can be your grains. Grains, it's best to have gluten-free, because the body, when it has suffered for such a long time through illnesses and all of those things, it's best to have gluten-free, because gluten, although it's a plant-based food which comes from wheat and oats and barley and all of those things, it takes a lot more vital energy to digest it, because it has a lot of gummy-like substance in it. So it drains us a little more than some of the gluten-free rices and grains. So it's best to have gluten-free, because the way to understand it is, if it is very sticky and all of those things, then it means that it will get gummy and sticky in your colon also. But when you see rice and other things, if you soak them and then you wash them, it will actually go away. Millet is also good. Quinoa, buckwheat. Buckwheat is actually not even a grain. It is a pseudo grain. It's more like a seed. Then you can have beans like, let's say, what is this called? Chickpeas, rajma greens, and then green gram, moth matki. All of those things you can actually cook. So I'll just show you some examples here. So these are some of the juices that I have made, and one picture is my client's made. So I always make about 4 to 5 liters of juices in the morning for me and my family. if I am actually eliminating with some problem, let's say I have a very bad cold or cough, or let's say fever, or whatever it is, let's say my children are not well or something like that, we typically go on juices for the entire day, because I want the body to get 100% vitality to do whatever it wants to do, heal us in whatever way it wants to heal. But I will basically hydrate my body and then drink some juices and then allow that to continue for the rest of the day. So like that, I'm willing to give the body the time that it wants to. So like this, on a daily basis also, we just drink our juices, because on a daily basis, the body is going to need that kind of hydration, because it's not like today I need hydration, today I'll be a 70% human, tomorrow I'll not be a 70% liquid human, right? It's like every day I'm that. So every day I will continue to hydrate myself with 3 to 4 liters of liquid. Out of that, because we are not facing any sickness today, we are not eliminating, our body is in maintenance stage, we just drink 1 liter of juices, all of us, and then rest of it we manage with water. But when you're in sickness, it's best that you increase the quantity and balance the rest of it with water. Almost everybody sort of does these things and then maintains their hydration balances in the body. So typically juices can be made with liquidy items like your watermelon, cucumbers. You can mix whatever available in the market which has liquids in them. Whatever fruits, whatever vegetables you have, you just mix it up, put them in the juicer if possible, and then juice it up and then extract these cold pressed liquids and then drink it. It's actually very nutritious, because this is the most highest concentrated form of nutrition that you can actually give to your body, especially when the body is also starving for nutrition. Whole life, if you're giving only cooked food, dead food to the body is like craving for nutrition. So when initially you start off with all these diets and all that, you will actually feel that you are more and more and more and more hungry. Or your stomach is like, there's a lot of acids coming out from your stomach and all that, because all these old dehydrated bodies will have a lot of acid accumulations inside, because that acid did not find a way to get flushed at all from the body. So now when you bring in a lot of hydration into the body, liquids into the body will start to flush off those acids outside through the kidneys. So hence, pay attention to a lot of hydration. Then from solids, fruits have to be your first solids. So here I have included some, what is that called? So these fruits are like my standard breakfast, standard first meal of the day kind of thing for I don't know how many years. Fruits will keep changing based on the season and all that. But this has been my typical breakfast for the entire family for the last, I don't know, so many years now. So I try to include a lot of greens on the days that it is available. Mint is a very nice green that goes very well with fruits. Otherwise, lettuce is available. So any fruits, it's best to have, if your body is very sick, then it's best to have one type of meal, one type of fruit, like let's say papaya. There are so many people, what they do is they say, I'm going to do one type of fruit, and they eat only one papaya, let's say few pieces of papaya, a stomach full of papaya, and then the next meal will be cooked food. But the amount of fruits that the body wanted will be much more than whatever they ate, because when you eat a mono meal or a one type of meal, then you'll get bored very soon, so you'll eat little. So what will happen is the quantity of fruits that your body wanted versus what you actually had would be very different. So, but we also want to cook right in the afternoon, so people jump to cook. So when you're eating one kind of fruit at one time, ensure that you are eating different fruits at multiple times of the day. Don't just be very eager to jump into cooked food, but quantity of fruits going into the body has to be very good, because that is your primary meal. So always focus that if you want your body to be healthy, 3/4 of the day you should give what the body wants, which is fruits, vegetables, and greens, juices. Only one meal of your day you should have what you want. Then the body will give you everything that you desire, which is health. If you have not done that, then until it gets there, you'll have to rather face some sickness and other things, and over time get to that state. So, like I also told you, right? Fruits come pre-digested in nature. Hence, that is the first meal of the day, because when the body is digesting fruits, it will digest it very quickly and also focus its time on cleaning the body, which happens in the morning, I told you, right? So that is when cleaning is happening. So we want to give the body only fruits, not vegetables, not seeds, not nuts, nothing, no sprouts. I'm just telling only fruits. Max, you can add greens with that, because greens are very highly alkaline. So fruits and greens can be added in the morning, but you cannot be adding any other things as your first meal of the day, because that is how the body prefers it to be. Because when the body is cleaning itself, we want to give as less diversion to the body as possible. Fruits will give very less diversion. It will also give the body a lot of nutrition, 100% return on investment. So next meal can be salads. So salads, like I said, it can be with vegetables, and sometimes we can also add some fruits with it, like pomegranate and some small things like that. And I love to add dates into my salads. Although date is a fruit, I love to add dates into my salads. So here there are some salads, and some salads, if you're not still very used to having full raw salads, you can have cooked chickpea also with the salad. You can make some nice green chutney, mint chutney, or dates chutney. They go really well with salad. They act like bhel puri without the fried bhel and all of those things. You can actually have a nice bhel puri also. So just make some of these combinations, and then you'll find it very interesting as your second meal of the day. So the third meal of your day, which is dinner, has to be in a plate where the plate has a lot of vegetables in it, a lot of raw vegetables. So if you see on the left part of the screen, I have my plates. On the right part is Asha's plate. If you see our plates, grain is so less. In the second plate, I have grains, which is this brown bisi belabat. That is some millet bisi belabat or something, I think. I don't remember. So that has some grains, but otherwise everything else is raw only in that plate, in the plate. Even on the top, it is green gram khichdi kind of thing. That is also, it is not even grain. It is just green gram khichdi. And then there is so much of vegetable in this. Here also in her plate, there is some raw chutney, and she doesn't even add salt to her plate. So it is all raw. It is all salt-free plate, that is. So this is a salt-free chutney. There is a salt-free vegetable also. And then she has some rajmudi rice, unpolished rice, and she has a lot of salads. We have to have a lot of salads because we need, if this entire thing is mixed into our stomach, it will be salad predominant, raw predominant. So that will help the colon to generate a lot of, this fiber will generate a lot of mucus, help the body to generate a lot of mucus, and then that will actually send it outside the body in time. But if you eat only rice, only sticky things, which basically sticks everywhere, on the colon, there are all these hair-like substances called villi. So here and all, it gets stuck like this, and the body will, and since we also are not very hydrated, things get stuck like this and they don't even get out of the body. So it's best to have a lot of these raw foods, which will actually act like brush also, and then fiber also, and then they will try to take the entire mass which we ate, and then when it becomes a waste material, when all the things are absorbed, it is completely able to go out of the body in time. That is why we need to have a lot of salads with any cooked meal. It is like a thumb rule. So don't miss this fact in any food. At least this is something that you have to start in any meal. 50% has to be salads, because you want that food to go out of the body. If you continue to keep it, what happens? It will rot, it will putrefy, and then lots of fermentation and farting and bloating and all those things, burping, all these things happen because you have not sent that food out of the body. Everything is sitting in your body, rotting inside. And when the food is rotting inside, who comes? Scavengers come to feed on it, and there's a lot of mess in the body. So yeah, so these were the slides that I wanted to talk to you about. Any doubts so far? Now I can take questions. Let me see if there is any lemon water. Yeah, plain lemon water. And please don't add any salt or sugar to lemon water. It's best. See, what happens is salt or sugar, they are not our primary diets, right? So when the focus is to hydrate the body, when the focus is to clean the body and all, as much as possible, it's best to avoid salt or sugar with any juices or any liquids for that matter. We are definitely adding salt to our cooked food, maybe to salads also we are adding. So why shouldn't we just not add salads to, salt to all our juices and all that? Maybe we can just skip it, at least for that portion of the day. Because salt is a dehydrating agent. You know that salt is a dehydrating agent, right? If you put salt on vegetables, what happens? The water will get released, no? You've seen this in your house also, right? If you put water to any mango and all that, what happens? They will release. So hence, salt is a dehydrating agent. That is why salt too much is not good for the body. Sugar is definitely best to avoid. You can use jaggery or you can use dates. Best to use dates. You can use dates and dates paste in anything. These days I'm using dates paste for my gojjus also. We do gojjus. Gojju is a tangy chutney that we make at home. So I'm using dates paste for the gojju also. In the past, I used to use jaggery. So these days I'm using dates for most of my work. It's possible, friends. You just have to make up your mind. Let me just ask Namrata. Can you unmute yourself and then talk, Namrata? Guys, if people who are asking questions, can you just raise your hand so that you can talk? That is easier than answering on chat.
Yeah. Hi, thank you so much for all that information. I just wanted to ask you, like for a diabetic, I deal with diabetes and now I'm on an insulin pump. So I have to watch the amount of fruit I eat. That's why I need to have, I eat sprouts, 25% sprouts in the morning with, raw, but then I've been asked to eat protein, right? So
many of these things are something that is advised in the medical industry where there is no reversal for diabetes. So in the nature cure world, there are plenty of people who have actually, on the whole food plant-based world, there are plenty of people who reverse diabetes with just on being on a fruit meal. So yes, sugar will go up and down, but they are good sugars. This is what your cell was actually asking for. So initially when you maintain your medicines, by eating sugar also, when you're able to maintain your medicines ups and downs and all that, over time you can, you will see that they will gradually reduce. Also, you can have vegetable juice instead of adding fruit in your juices. Over time, when the diabetes gets reversed, you can add your fruit juices. Fruits, eating is very important. But juices,
I love apples, but grapes and all, they tell me not to have this. So
the sugar
now
will increase.
My body is...
See, sugar will increase.
Yeah, so
hear me out. Sugar will increase because it's overflowing. The cells have shut down their doors because it's a lot of glucose and there's so much of toxins in the cells. So now you have to tell the cells to clean itself up. So when you do all these things that we are telling you, they will clean themselves up and they will allow the fructose in the fruits they will allow them inside. When they go inside, they will give up all the toxins. So then slowly, your body will get cleansed. So look up a lot of information on diabetes reversal through plant-based food. You will get a lot of information. Over time, you'll be able to understand how it works. And then the universe will be able to lead you to the right place.
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah. Prashant?
Atmandan, ma'am. Thank you for the session. My question is, can we use soda or ginger ale along with lemon?
It's best to not use all of those carbonated drinks because the body actually suffers a lot with carbonated drinks. So, do you allow a pregnant woman or a baby to drink all that? No. Why? Because it's bad for the body. So if it's bad for them, it is bad for us also, no? That is why it's best to use only lemon water. Lemon is very alkaline. So it's best to use only lemon plus water. Don't make it very tangy. Just add some lemon into water and drink.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Sure. Tejal?
Smita, thank you for the nice session. I just wanted to ask about like the smoothies. Can we mix the vegetables and the fruits, or if we are making up with the fruits, then can we mix the sweet and savory fruits? I would like to know about the microgreens also.
Yeah. Preferably, I don't like to drink smoothies in vegetables, but there are people who do that. Why? Because vegetable fiber is will take a lot more time to get digested. So I'd rather, anyway, I'm including vegetables as a part of my salads over the day. So I'd rather fill my smoothies with a lot of fruits. That is one thing. Second thing is, when it comes to microgreens, yeah, you can add microgreens in your salads, or you can, instead of grinding it, I think they are nice and crunchy.
Yeah,
when you have it. Then in terms of combination of fruits, I typically prefer a pulpy fruit when it goes into a smoothie. But when it comes to acidic fruits like your citrus and all that, it is best to be juicing them or eating them.
Okay, great. And sprouts can be steamed?
Yeah, when you're using it for your lunch and all that, if you want, you can eat raw sprouts also. You can also steam the sprouts and have them.
About the fiber, because sometimes, fibers gives a constipation type of gassy thing.
Yeah.
So
beans majorly, many people complain of the gassy feeling when it comes to the beans. That is because the colon is actually not flushing itself out a lot. So when we do a lot of these hydrations that I'm telling you, juices, which typically is not done in the industry. I don't think you've heard about anybody doing, let's say, liters and liters of juices on a daily basis. Maybe they just do 1 glass or 2 glass and all that. That is not sufficient. When we do like this, 1 liter, 1.5 liter and all of these, the body basically maintains its road. There are no road humps in between. So when there are no road humps in between the gut, then there won't be any bloating and other things, even when you have chickpeas and other problems. So slowly start to cleanse your body. Maybe after doing for 1 month, try and add those beans and see if it's still bloating. It takes some time for the gut to get cleansed.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Gomati, people who have actually added in the chat, please raise your hand so that we can do it here itself.
Hi, Smita.
Hi, Gomati.
Whenever I drink this pineapple juice, usually I get stomach pain, like some stiffness in the navel region. So what should I do? Like add something else to pineapple?
Pineapple has to be very, very ripe for it to not actually have that the effect of bromine in it. It is a very potent juice, very, very alkaline juice. That is why it actually tries to cleanse you. The acids in your stomach are trying to come out. So it's best that you combine that with, try to combine that with a lot of cucumbers or ashgard and try to drink it. If it is still not working, avoid pineapple for some time and then do other things. Over time, maybe after 6 months, come back to pineapple. But pineapple has to be very, very ripe when you use them. Otherwise, it will also itch in the mouth.
Okay. And how much water should we add when we make juice? Like any...
if you have a juicer, that is the best thing to do. But if you don't have a juicer, if you're using mixie, then just enough water to grind the juice.
Okay.
And then you have to filter it using some nut milk bag or something.
Okay.
And you get bored over a period of time if you keep doing that. That's why we suggest that people have a juicer. That's the ideal thing to do. But then, yeah, I can understand.
Okay. And one more fruit, something persimmon. I didn't get. What was that?
There is a fruit called persimmon. You can go check up. It looks like an orange or a tomato. It's an orange in color.
Okay.
It looks like a tomato. It also looks like an apple sometimes. So just go ask for persimmon. It's a very tasty, sweet, tasty fruit. You'll love it. It's a pulpy fruit. So it's a very tasty fruit.
Okay.
In Bangalore too, we have it. I'm sure across India, we have it these days.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay, Smita. Thank you.
Simar?
Yes, ma'am. Hi, ma'am.
Hi.
Ma'am, I have query like 2-3 queries. Persimmon is also called Japanese tomato.
Pata nahi. I don't know.
No.
I don't know. Look up persimmon and I don't know. I haven't checked that.
Okay. And ma'am, it's winter's going on in my area here, and I usually take out juices around 10-11 in the morning, and I keep them out only because the temperature is very much down, very much low. So I have doubts the nutritional value remains intact, or like in sugarcane juice, like we cannot juice at home. So I have asked I have a street vendor to come and give it to me every day. So sometimes he comes at in the morning or sometimes in the afternoon. So I may not be in a mood to drink it that very moment. So I keep it for 1 or 2 hours. But I was doubtful that whether we should drink it after such time or not.
See, sugarcane juice is very sweet. So that's why its degradation property is also very fast. So at least for sugarcane juice, you'll have to take a call when it actually comes itself. But for the other juices, I would suggest that you take it out and then try to see if you can thaw it in a warm water. Put that juice container in warm water and then stir like this, the way we do it for baby food. And then they'll become they come to room temperature, then you can have.
No, there's no problem with the temperature. I mean, there is a time gap between taking them out and mine drinking it. So between that time, is it fine if the juice quality remains intact?
See, whenever the temperature drops, fridge is only slowing down the degradation process. Yeah, it's only slowing it down. If you keep it outside, if they are in room temperature, then they will degrade even faster. So it's just
better to keep them in fridge. Sugarcane juice also I keep in the fridge for 1 hour or so and then have it.
You can, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Nandita?
Hi, Smita. Thank you for answering my call. My question yesterday was like, what kind of fruit can a diabetic person eat? But the thing is, can the fruits be kept in the fridge for longer time? And if you like extract some juice, would it be a good idea to keep it in the fridge for maybe 1 or 2 hours and then give it, or what do you suggest?
The juice?
The juice and even the fruit. Like I buy fruits and stuff it in the fridge for the whole week, and then I slowly consume them, taking them out. So is that a good idea, or should I just buy and keep them in the room temperature and then eat it?
See, the best way to consume is maybe if you can maybe do multiple purchases in the week instead of basically taking it all in 1 week. Ideally, that is the best if you can do multiple times in the week. If you are not able to do because of other challenges, then obviously we are doing the best possible in our condition, which is to do and store them in the fridge for that week. So it's like it is a relative what is best karke if you see for this situation, this is the best. So you have to see based on your situation that if you ask me what is the best, I would say get it that day, eat that day and finish that day. But that is not possible for all of us.
Absolutely,
so in our house, I buy every maybe 3 times a week. And but then we take turns. Sometimes, let's say apples are getting over, sometimes dragon fruits are getting over, sometimes bananas are getting over. So, yeah, but then it is fast moving at home.
Are melons edible for diabetic person? Like all sort of melons, Galia and watermelon, then honey melon. Those are really very sweet.
Every single fruit is edible by a diabetic person. Initially, you will see a sugar spike because the blood is already overflowing with sugar. So when you add more sugar into the body, even which is good sugar, the body will show a spike in the blood. So that is why if you're already on medication, continue your medication for some more time until the body finds a way to clean it through all this fruit intake, juice intake and all that.
And
you will see that slowly your diabetes medication comes down. Then over time, you can consult with your doctor, work out your medicines and all of those things. And then slowly you can understand that your diabetes medications are also coming down, and then your body is also cleaning up, and you are able to see a benefit in that. It's also good to do a lot of exercises also when you are diabetic, especially after your meals.
Is it advisable to drink juice in the evening? Any sort of juice, like any freshly made though?
You can drink juice anytime in the day.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Thank you for answering my question. Thank you so much.
Yeah, sure. Chitra?
Namaste, Smita. Thanks for this wonderful session, and it's very informative and inspiring actually. So after listening to you for the past 2 days, I started to take this lemon water in the morning, like in 1 liter of water, I just squeeze half a lemon and I just drank it. After that, I had just 2 glasses of carrot juice. It was plain carrot juice, but then my stomach started burning out.
Yeah, see, the thing is, if you're just doing this in the beginning, you will see a lot of such reactions, because a lot of these old acids will start to come out from your stomach lining. So continue to keep feeding a lot more, let's say, prefer a lot of cucumbers and ashgourds and watermelons and those kinds of liquidy juices over carrot juice, beetroot juice and all that, because nature did not make them for juicing. Of course, you have to bring a lot of carrots to make this much of juice. So instead, even if you bring a little bit of that vegetable or fruit, you should get a lot of juice. So pick those kinds of fruits and those kinds of vegetables always, and you continue to keep drinking like this over a period of time, the burning also will reduce.
Okay, great. And one more query is like, so for salads, can I chop the vegetables the previous day when I have time and use it the next day? Like kind of, for instance, I'm chopping 4 or 5 veggies. Can I mix them together and keep it in a bowl and I can use it for the next day in the refrigerator? Is that okay, along with greens?
See, if it's a challenge, you cannot do it on the same day and all that. You can do it, but ensure that there is no salt or any spices added to it.
Okay. And in the salads, maybe add sprouts. Is that okay?
Yeah, sure. You can.
And the last question is, usually sprouts take time to digest. So can we have it for dinner? Is that advisable?
Yes, definitely. Denser foods, best to push it in the night. And ensure that you are... See, sprouts also, don't overdo sprouts. Take this much of sprouts, a handful of sprouts, and give a lot of vegetables along with that and have. And carrots and all of those things, don't try to make big chunks of carrots, because we are not used to chewing a lot of big pieces. So it's best to grate all of that and have, because our ancestors constantly were having cooked food, and our jaws also are not very strong in eating very hard foods. So our teeth should be very, very healthy for us to continue any kind of healthy lifestyle. So fruits and vegetables and all, they require a lot of chewing. So it's best you keep your hard vegetables very small.
Okay. And one last query. Can we use these banana stems all for juicing? Because that is usually given as a detoxification juice, but usually they add buttermilk to it. So in case if you would like to use now, can we use it?
Please, without buttermilk also, you can drink that. Use a mixie for that, and you can definitely use it. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Sure. And let me take some questions on... I'll take blah, blah, blah. I don't know what is your name, sorry. Can you please unmute yourself? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, sorry. I just had to register every single day. Like I've been registering for 5 days, the name. So 6th day, I didn't feel like putting my name again. I'm sorry. What's the...
Can you be slightly quick?
Yeah, sorry. I'd come back to this. I lost my question. Thanks.
Okay. I'll just take some questions on the chat meanwhile. Ma'am, you told in healing phase, like cold, we could drink juice. Generally, we have heard cold gets aggravated with that. See, the thing in cold, I'll talk about that in the subsequent classes, Sarvanan. Yeah, I'll talk about that in the subsequent classes because it's a topic that might need some attention. Can we drink water immediately after meals? See, the thing with water, I personally believe that people used to avoid a lot of drinking water, drink only when you're thirsty, drink little water, don't drink afterward. Because at least in this case, they wanted the food to get the pure attention by the body. So that is one reason. Second reason is people did not drink a lot of liquids at that time because it was difficult for them to collect these liquids at home and keep. The mother had to go to the river and get all these liquids. There was no BWSSB or municipality or something to give us such kind of liquid that is coming abundantly in the tap now. So that never used to be there. Hence, people used to conserve their water intake. And that's why people were very reserved about, and there are a lot of rules about this water. But I have not seen any difference when I'm following this lifestyle, whether I drink water, I don't drink water. On an overall level, I just maintain my water balance. I don't look at too many tiny details and rules about life. Overall, when I have such high-level plant-based rules and all that in my life, I just tend to ignore some of the fundamental small rules where I don't know why that has been made. I'm sure when that comes to me, it comes with a lot of wisdom. I will definitely follow it, but today I don't have a reason why I should be following it. Can we add tamarind to smoothies? Why tamarind to smoothies? I don't understand how tamarind would be okay in smoothies, Prashant. If you can clarify that. Can we add citrus fruits, guava, grapes mix in banana in breakfast? See, typically people talk a lot about mixing of fruits. What I do with my clients is I tell them, you eat fruits because I want them to connect with their inner intuition, inner wisdom of the body. Not every body is the same. Yes, there is in the industry, people say don't mix citrus fruits, don't mix watermelon and all of those things. But we see a lot of Western countries, people mixing everything and eating whenever they want. So how is it that they are able to do? So what I tell my people is, go ahead and do whatever you want. When they come back and tell me, Madam, I did this, but my stomach was feeling a lot of uneasiness or bloating or whatever when I did this combination, then I say, okay, don't do that combination. So let them only find out what is actually not okay for their body. Why should I impose rules? Because ultimately, if we on a path to enlightenment, we'll have to drop off all our belief systems and go there. So why should I give them a belief system that they are not even going to experience? Because every single belief system that we have, we should experience that belief system. Otherwise, it's just a waste, just an extra knowledge. So let them only experience. If there is a problem, they will only find that reason for change. Otherwise, it's suiting their body, so let them continue. So that is my personal preference because I believe the body is very intelligent for our simple rules like this. But if somebody has if you want to not follow it or if you want to follow it, I really respect that. Sugarcane and watermelon juice or quinoa juice can be stored in the fridge. I think I answered that. Ma'am, can we drink sugarcane juice in the morning? Geeta, you can drink sugarcane juice in the morning, but drinking sugarcane juice every single day might be a lot of, concentration. So see if you can maybe dilute it with a lot of water and some lemon and all of those things, and then make it 50-50, 500 ml of this and 500 ml of water, or 250 ml of sugarcane juice and 750 ml of water. Somebody asked, Sudha says, can we take juice with fiber or filter it? So this is one topic that I just covered. Why do we have to dilute the juice? Why do we have to filter the juice? And why do we have to not have a whole fruit instead? A whole fruit, yeah, we are anyway having for breakfast. Whole vegetables also we are anyway having. But we need liquid also in the body. We need these pure liquids also, which is coming with a lot of nutrition. If I take this much of fruits and this much of vegetables, that nutrition is not enough for all the cells in my body because I'm running a very fast moving lifestyle. I'm doing, rather my burn rate of my vitality is very, very high. So I'd rather fill my body with a lot of high vibrating fruits and vegetables and juices and all that, rather than putting lower vibrating foods inside my body. And I want to ensure that I drink juices so that that concentration of nutrition, which I wouldn't be able to consume, is coming from juices. I'll be able to drink, but I can't eat them. So that is why juices. But when people say that, what about all that fiber that is going to get wasted out of the juicer or mixie or whatever? Don't put that inside the body, because the very fundamental reason why we actually juiced that was not to put the fiber inside the body. So if you put the fiber also, the body will have to spend so much of energy again to digest that fiber, which defeats the whole purpose of juicing. You're anyway having fiber from juice, from fruits and vegetables and all, which are already having juice also inside it. So it is an extra thing. So try to compost that fiber, or try to put it to the cow or something like that. Or BBMP is anyway doing composting these days. So wet and dry, separate them and give it to them separately. So do your best to give it back to earth. So that is all I can say. Dheeraj, sorry, I haven't called your name. Not Simar, Dheeraj.
Ma'am, even I have one more question.
Okay.
Ma'am, like I was using frozen strawberries for this banana smoothie, since strawberries are seasonal over here. But I read the chats and got the info like frozen fruits should also not be used because they lose their pranic energy. So what all combinations can be made with the banana smoothie of different fruits?
All these pulpy fruits you can have. We have dragon fruit, we have persimmons, we have dates, we have grapes.
Dates, I read it somewhere, or that dates are dehydrating also, so we should use less of them. Is that
so? So dates are fruits. See, dates are grown in dehydrated regions only, like Arabia and all that. So there, because they don't have water, that is why that fruit is looks dehydrated. But they are pulpy fruits, so you can have that. It is not equivalent to other juicy fruits, but they
papaya
are
and banana.
Papaya, all of those things you can make a smoothie, no?
And if like watermelon juice or something initially doesn't suit me, so should I have it, or should I wait for it? Like
no, if it doesn't suit you, then do what it suits you right now. Over time, whatever suits you, you can have.
Okay.
Thank you. Dheeraj, are you ready, or we can wind up the call?
Ma'am, good evening, ma'am. Thanks for the amazing session. Ma'am,
Who's talking?
Dheerja here, ma'am.
Okay, Dheerja, sorry. I thought you were...
No, it's okay, ma'am. Ma'am, what I wanted to ask you was, like, I have a lot of gastric, issue. And even though I have my dinner, early by 6 p.m. So, and, it is almost for me 13 to 14 hours of intermittent fasting. But still, I'm unable to overcome this problem. And I don't know, for the past many months, I don't basically like eating this wheat. Now our major, ingredient, for having food is, wheat only, since we are North Indians. और rice मुझे इतना सूट नहीं करता. तो मुझे मैम समझ नहीं आता कि मैं डाइट में क्या इंक्लूड करूं, क्योंकि I have very little amount, but I am putting on weight also.
See, the thing is, first thing is, gastric क्यों हो रहा है? क्योंकि आप you are basically feeding foods that are majorly not even human foods, no? Which is why the body is not able to send it out so much. So, इसलिए eat the foods that are mostly meant for you, which is majorly fruits and all of those things. Don't even, initially you can have just juices and fruits whole day.
Ma'am, I did that Navratri fasting course, which was held
one more quick thing. Don't do intermittent fasting when your body is not ready. Why should you give that gap? Acidity will increase when the body is dehydrated. You need to be on liquid diet, which is juice fasting karo. Juice fasting is more better in your intermittent fasting. See, intermittent fasting, solid to solid, you can give 16 hours, but in that solid space, put the liquids until your body can actually take only air. or dry
Okay,
fasting.
ma'am.
You are not
क्योंकि
ready
मैम
for dry fasting, so don't
क्योंकि
do dry
मैम
fasting.
हाँ, जब मैंने ये जूस फास्टिंग किया था ना, इट वाज कंडक्टेड बाय PSSM ओनली. तो मैम मेरा वेट जो है ड्रास्टिकली 6 kgs I lost. But after the fasting, I slowly started having wheat again. मुझे fulfilling नहीं लगता till the time I have chapati, you know, let's say I have only 3 chapatis or 4 chapatis in a day, but मुझे fruits के ऊपर भी करके ना, I don't feel it fulfilling.
See,
क्योंकि
that is because you are not having a lot of hydration in your body. The more you
अच्छा,
do juices, क्या होगा? Craving कम होगा.
okay,
And then you should replace your chapatis with buckwheat or something like that. Kuttu ka atta.
हाँ हाँ,
Bring those kinds of things. Slowly, what will happen? You will be able to get over wheat. And
okay.
jowar ka roti is also very close to wheat.
अच्छा. और मैम लाइक अपने लिक्विड में क्या, मैं जैसे ये पीपल दे जनरली सजेस्ट हैव जिंजर, तो जिंजर वाटर विल हेल्प मी, क्योंकि मुझे थोड़ा बहुत एसिडिटी इशू भी है.
No, I have till now explained all the juicing, right? Please.
हाँ, yes.
So do that. Don't
Okay,
do ginger water and any medicinal water, this water, that water. Just stick to vegetable fruit water.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks.
So I think we are almost done with the session. So yeah, dinner, you can have those rotis. Yeah, I think we are done with the day. We South Indians like to have curd with milk, and we have nut curd with milk. Yeah, you can have peanut curd, Dhyana Kumari. Juicing means without pulp. Rima. Reme. Juicing means without pulp. Smoothie is with pulp. Any recommendations for a juicer? I have Huron with me. Hestia is also good. I mean, I'm not their company sponsor or something, but then I'm just saying whatever people have. Cuvings is also there in the market. So these three are typically something that people have known. So apart from that, whatever is your budget, you can buy. There are plenty in the market. Look at the reviews and buy. Okay, thank you so much, friends. If there is any more doubts, you can actually put it on the WhatsApp group. Please, one more last word of caution. I want you all to go back to the videos again and again and again. Change the way you think. Don't look for medicinal and shortcuts for your problems, because the more you look for shortcuts, what will happen? And when another problem comes to you, you will again think that there is a shortcut problem for that also. So if there is no shortcut problem, you will have to shortcut solution. You will have to look for a long-term solution. And in that, there will be a lot of juices. You will have a lot of fruits, and a diet which has a majority plant-based raw stuff will actually go well with all the diseases. Especially a lot of hydration in the body will go well with all the diseases. Initially, when you just started off, you will feel all that acids coming out, you will feel discomfort, you will feel a lot of withdrawal symptoms, all that will happen. Flood your body more and more and more. Go on exclusive juicing sometimes, go on fruit only and juices sometimes. The more you are on fruit and juices, all your problems will go away within 1 or 2 months, most of the time. So because that is your primary foods. So try to become more and more strict and disciplined with your lifestyle. And likes and dislikes that we have. I like this food, but I also like to heal. I like that food, but I also like to heal. I like to live this lifestyle, but I also like to heal. I have to go to office, I still want to heal. I still have fever, I have to go to office. All these buts and ifs and all that we have, that has to reduce. You have to think, what is my priority? Do I really want to heal? Is that my priority? Or I have to go to office, that's my priority. If my body needs my attention, this time I will give my body that attention. So you'll have to see, you can't run on 2 different boats. You'll have to put your leg on only one boat and travel, at least at one point in time. Okay, thank you so much, friends. We will meet you in the next session. Take care.